Rise and shine. So, today we are talking about how the Lord keeps you steps in front of your enemy. When you learn to listen and be obedient and have good relationship with the Lord through, his word and through prayer. So, Elijah, after he went through everything he went through with the prophets, the Lord sent him into hiding because Jezebel and Ahab were hunting him down. And they had, you know, got rid of all of the other prophets. And so the Lord has sent Elijah into the valley. And when he sent him into the valley, he didn't just send him there with nothing. He sent the birds, the ravens, to bring him food. And, he was by the brook, so he had water to drink and he was taken care of. And then when it was time for him to move on, the Lord told him when to move on. And even when the Lord sent him back, Elijah met with Obadiah and told him to bring King Ahab. And Obadiah was like, no, because this man's been looking for you. And every time he is close to you, you're off somewhere else. And he was like, so I'm not going to tell him, because when he comes here and you're not here, he's going to kill me. That's how much the Lord kept Elijah ahead of his enemies. King David, when Saul was trying to kill him, the Lord kept him in front of his enemies. Every time Saul was close, David would be told to move to somewhere else, or told where to go, or told what town to go to. And the point of me telling you these stories are because the Lord still does the same thing today. When you have good relationship with the Lord and you're obedient to the Lord and you listen to the things that the Lord is telling you, when you are aware enough to hear the Lord, he will direct you on the best path for you. And not only does that include all things for your life, it also includes like avoiding enemies. He will always keep you a step, 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of your enemies. So I want to encourage everyone to just build your relationship with the Lord this year. Really learn to listen for his voice. Really make an effort to go the places he wants you to go, the directions he wants you to go, do the things that he wants you to do, because the world is declining and there will come a time where you need that relationship with God to proceed forward. There will become a time where you will need to rely on the Lord to tell you when to lay low and when to move and when to do X, Y, and Z. And I mean, that not only is it for future, but it's for every day. As a believer, you should really not make any step without the Lord directing your path. But for people that don't have a relationship with God or want to get into a relationship with God, there will be times in your life where you need the Lord to direct you, or you'll fall. You'll fail. You'll run into situations that could have been avoided had you just had a better and deeper relationship with God. So this year, take the time to really get to know God. And how do you get to know God? You get to know God through his word, through prayer, through worship. These are the ways that you build relationship with God. These are the ways that you get to know the characters of God, because knowing the characters of God and building a relationship with God builds trust. And not only does that keep you steps ahead of your enemy, it does so much more for your life. We just happen to be talking about being ahead of your enemy today.